Hi fourth graders, it's Mrs. Burke here, and I'm going to be doing a video lesson for you on subtracting money. This is a nice little extension coming off of your subtracting decimals unit, because when we were subtracting decimals this year in fourth grade, we always went to the hundredths place, and money, you also represent it to the hundredths place. So it's a nice little extension to the work that you've already been doing. So I'm going to go over two quick problems in the beginning, which shouldn't give you a hard time. And then I want to spend a little bit of time on the trickier ones. So subtracting money is something that you're going to encounter on a daily basis when you're in a real life situation, because you're constantly spending money on items. And it's important to know how much change you should expect when you are paying for items so that you know that you got the correct amount back. So let's read this scenario question. And this is a real life situation where you might need to subtract money. So Meg earned $28.50 babysitting. Jen earned $19.25. How much more did Meg earn than Jen? So I know this is subtracting because I'm comparing two amounts. And whenever I compare, I want to know what the difference is, so I'm subtracting. So here I want to subtract $28.50 and $19.25. Both of these numbers go to the hundredths place. So I'm going to use my place value chart just because I know it helps to take away from any potential errors. So I have $28.50. I'm going to put that straight into my chart. And you notice I always have a place value for my decimal point. Next, I'm going to take away $19.25. So when I'm subtracting, here I don't have any value, but it wants me to take away 5 cents. So I need to regroup from the next place value. So I'm going to take from my 5 and make that a 4. And now my 0 is going to take the 10 from that place value. So that becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then I always say decimal minus decimal is decimal. Now here I have $8 and I want to take away $9. I can't do that. So I'm going to have to borrow 10 from my next place value. So the 2 becomes a 1 and my 8 becomes an 18. 18 take away 9 is now 9. And 1 take away 1 is nothing. So I want to give it a unit, which is dollars. So my answer would be $9.25. So Meg earned $9.25 more than Jen. All right. Now we'll do one on your own. And I'm not going to do it in a word problem, but you're just going to subtract. So if you have $23.18 and you're going to subtract $7.81. Now a little warning, make sure you realize that this dollar amount only goes to my ones place, $7, where this dollar amount goes into my tens place because I have $23. So make sure on your place value chart you're accounting for that. So try working on this. I'll give you about a 15 to 20 second head start, and then we'll try it together. Okay, so if you need more time, you can press pause. This is how I organized it on my place value chart. You can see my top number is going to have an extra place value because it went to the tens place, and this one was only to the ones place. So I always start subtracting from my lowest place value. So I'm going to my hundredths place. 8 take away 1 is 7. 1 take away 8. If I have 1, I can't take 8 away, so I'm going to go next door and regroup that and give the 10. And remember, if I had 1 and I add 10 to it, it's not 10. This is a common regrouping error. It becomes 11. 11 minus 8 is 3. Decimal, decimal, decimal. Now if I have 2, I'm not able to take away 7, so I'm going to regroup. That becomes 1 left. Add 10 to my 2 and I have 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. And 1, I don't have anything to take away from it, so I'm still left with that 1. And now let me give it a unit, which is dollars. And you would have $15.37. So that's how we can typically subtract money. Now there's a trickier part with money, and it's known as subtracting across zeros. Now, more often than not, when we are going to be in a real life situation, you're going to pay with dollar bills, typically, unless you have exact change. And the tricky thing about that is when you have money and you're giving dollar bills, like a $20 bill or a $50 bill or a $100 bill, you're going to have no change in the place value. So let's read this problem first, and then we'll take a look at what it would look like. So Sean bought a soccer ball for $14.85. He paid with a $20 bill. How much change should Sean get? So here is $20, but I still want to take it to my hundredths place since I'm subtracting $14.85. So here's my $20. To bring it to my hundredths place, I'm going to add my decimal point and my 2 zeros. So I didn't change the value of the 20, I just increased the place values. So now I want to take away $14.85. $14.85. Now this is where I see tons of errors, typically. All right, so I'm starting with 0, and I want to take 5 away from it. I don't have 5. But here's the problem. If I go to my neighbor next door, he doesn't have a 10 that I can borrow. And if he goes to his neighbor, he doesn't have anything to borrow either. But the rule is you always have to borrow from your direct neighbor. So I can't just take the 10 from here. I have to go in order of place value. So watch how that happens. I'm gonna go to the person who has it, and that would be all the way over here. This is the first place value that actually has a value in it, 0002. So I'm gonna take it from him. Hey 2, can I borrow 1? Sure thing. So this 2 now becomes a 1, but this has to give it right to the place value next to it. So he gets the 10. But it still has to make its way down here. So watch, he's gonna say, all right, I have my 10, now here, you can take one of them away, so now he's 9, and give him the 10. And now he's gonna say, oh, I'll make it clearer for you. And now he's gonna say, hey, I finally got some. Here you go. Take 1 away from there, and now he gets the 10. So eventually he did get his 10, but they had to pass it down. So first the 10 was here, and he said, okay, I'll take away 1 and give it to you. Okay, I'll take away 1 and give it to you. He doesn't have to give it to anybody, so the 10 stays here. So now I'm ready to subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 8 is 1. Decimal, decimal, decimal. 9 minus 4 is 5. 1 minus 1 is nothing. So I'll put my dollar sign, and it's $5.15. Now, I would always, when I subtract across zeros, I always check. And I'm going to see, if I add $14.85 plus this $5.15, will I get $20? So $14.85 plus $5.15, will I get my $20? I did. So I know my answer is correct. Sometimes you're going to see that you end up with $21, then you made a mistake, or $19, then you made a mistake. Okay? Let's try another one that subtracts across zeros. These are the tough ones, so that's why I wanted to practice these. You have $50 and you spend $36.30. How much money do you have left? So here's $50. Take away my $36.30. Okay, Okay, right away, 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 take away 3, I can't do it. But he doesn't have any, so I have to come until I have a place value that finally has something I can borrow from. So this 5 becomes a 4, and this gets the 10. But now he's going to give it away to the neighbor. So that becomes the 9, and they get the 10. Now I'm ready, because this is who needed the 10. This place value is already taken care of. 10 minus 3 is 7. Decimal minus decimal is decimal. 9 minus 6 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 1. So you have $13.70. Let me make sure that $36.30 plus $13.70 is going to bring me back to $50. 0, 10, carry the 1, 10, carry the 1, $50. Okay, so I checked my work. I'm good to go. I want you to try one now. You ready? $85 minus $22.63. So set that up. I'm gonna put it on my mat and we'll do it together. $85 minus $22.63. Okay, here we go. I have 0. I can't take away 3, but my neighbor does not have any, so I have to come over here. This is now going to become a 4, and this will get the 10. But now he's going to give it to the neighbor that needed it, so he becomes a 9, and finally that becomes the 10. 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 6 is 3, decimal, 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 4 minus 2 is 2, 8 minus 2, 6. $62.37 should be your answer. All right, last one, trickiest. Take your time on this. $100 take away $72.75. So get it set up on your board. Make sure I have room to show my regrouping. Okay, so I have it set up on my board. This is tricky because there are so many zeros. So I just have to be neat and keep track of where that 10 is getting bounced to. So I have 0, I want to take away 5 cents. I can't do it. But I have no value here. Keep going. No value here. Keep going. No value here. Keep going. Finally, I have some value. So I'm going to take it from there. And the 10 has to go directly to the neighbor. Okay. Now he is going to give it to his neighbor. So the 10 doesn't stay a 10. It becomes a 9. And now it's here. But the 10 is now again going to become a 9 and move the 10 to here. And now the 10 is going to become a 9 and finally it will move the 10 where I needed it, in the hundredths place. So now I'm ready to subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 take away 7 is 2. Decimal, decimal, decimal. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. Back family. And here I had nothing left. So I have $27.25, and I definitely want to check my work on this one. So I'm going to add up my answer with what I was subtracting from the 100. So I'm going to add up $72.75 plus the $27.25, and hopefully I end up with $100. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. 7, 8, 9 plus 1 more is 10, carry the 1. 7, 8, 9 plus 1 more is 10, carry the 1. 7, 8, 9 plus 1 more is 10, and I do get my $100. So I know that my answer is correct. don't be afraid to take that extra 15 seconds and check yourself using the inverse operation of addition so you just know, okay, I'm correct. All right, good luck today. Careful when you're subtracting across those zeros, and make sure that you're always starting with your decimal point to line up your values. Okay, have a great day, Stewart School.